Okay, my beautiful friends, here we go. This is my post-market wrap-up on this lovely day. So lovely. January 19th, 2022. People, right now, as I am doing this lovely post-market report, we're about to hear in short order, maybe by the time you are watching this, it already happened, but we're about to hear from our illustrious retard president, and the market is somewhat fearful as to what's going to come out of its mouth. Okay, here's another non-human entity. So what happened? A very volatile day on Wall Street. Stocks all over the place, positive and negative and negative and positive, and we finished in the negative, about 1% across the board. Okay, all right. Are we panicking? No, not you. Are you getting rattled? No, not you. Because you are watching the drivers of the market. Again, people sit there fixated looking at the stock market, but they have no idea what's driving it. And that's okay. That's the way it is. We need people like this. Again, there's no rule anywhere that says that stocks only go higher. You mean in a real market, it's possible for the stock market to fall or consolidate over a certain period of time? You mean we actually may get a correction? Oh, the horror of it all. But again, you got people who are afraid, and they're all going to make the bad decisions here. Let's look at the drivers of this market. Let's look at crude oil. WTI right now knocking on the $87 a barrel door. Look, I've been hearing from a lot of you today, and I'm going to give you a warning here. Listen to Greg, okay? Listen to me. I know how badly some of you want to get short here. You're trying to time the market. I would strongly advise you against doing that. You may get lucky and you may make a lot of money. You can also lose a lot of money here. As I have said to all of you for a very long time, I'm not in the business of picking market tops or bottoms. If that's your business, good luck, because you're going to need it with regard to any asset. If you sit here trying to point that, well, this is a top, and well, this is a bottom, and this is the whatever it is, you're in trouble. We look at trends, and that's how we make money in the market, period. We look at the big picture, what's going on, where cash is moving, watching the drivers of the market, looking at risk indicators. The number one risk indicator on this freaking planet is the MMRI. Link in the description of this video. And did you happen to notice that the MMRI actually came down a little bit today? We remain in a low, moderate risk environment with regard to this market, despite the fact that we've seen the market gyrate around a little bit. Imagine my shock. Oh, I'm so surprised. No, this is what all of you should anticipate from time to time. That's just the way it's going to go. If you can't handle it, this is not the right place for you. You shouldn't be in the market. You shouldn't be in anything other than working a regular 9-to-5 job where you get paid a steady paycheck. You know, the market, if you understand it over time, it will be very, very good to you. It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be caressed, treated like a lady in a lot of ways. You have to respect the market. And the moment you start to lose respect for it, it's going to hurt you. And it's going to hurt you in a big way. Look, I throw out these little tidbits of information. You do with these things what you want, all right? But I think these little things are valuable, and you need to pay attention to them anyway. So looking at the drivers of the market, like I said, crude oil here surging higher. And again, the talk across the mainstream news outlets here is surging energy costs. It's out of control. People can't afford to pay their bills. Food inflation out of control. There's a lot of talk about price controls. Could you only imagine what happens if they try to roll out some kind of price control? But our economy is booming. We couldn't be doing any better. Ask Jamie Dimon, the CEO of J.P. Morgan. That's what he said, and that's what our politicians are going to tell you. And I bet you that Bidenstein right now is telling you how great our economy is. Oh, yeah. But again, you know the true story here. It's just too stupid. Okay, let's look over at the 10-year yield here, people. Very stable, dollar weaker today. The drivers of this market remain intact. Despite the gyrations in the market we've had, despite what we're seeing, nothing's changed. The easy money's not going to stop, and you know that. So I don't know another way to put this. I really feel that we just got to ride this out. There's no red flags for me anywhere. Shouldn't be for you either. I mean, look, we understand the environment. It's so twisted. It's distorted. Makes no sense. Nothing makes sense in this environment. But if you realize that it's not real, nothing is real. Absolutely nothing. You walk outside your house and you look around in your lovely neighborhood and then your neighbors with their nice shiny cars and all that. You think, oh, that's real? It's not real. These are people that have borrowed beyond their eyeballs. Okay, they actually don't own anything more than likely. It's all owned by the banks. But they live in the reality that this is mine, and so is that. How about it's not yours? You may think it is, and you're making that lovely payment on it, but it's not yours. Nothing is yours. And we are quickly moving to an environment where you will own nothing, and you will be happy about it. So, just realize what's going on around you, the distractions, the misinformation, the propaganda, what's happening in the market right now, the fact that people are getting fearful because they do realize the market doesn't make sense. It's a hyper bubble built on the back of a Frankenstein monster freak show, and that is the debt bubble. So, but volatility in this market is something you should expect. I told you at the beginning of this year, I told you at the end of last year that you should expect volatility, extreme volatility in the stock market, in the crypto space as well. So it's not a surprise to anyone. It does surprise me when I hear from people who do follow my blog, and they're a little surprised at what's going on. Are you not paying attention? Twice a day I'm out here talking about this market, trying to let you understand what's going on, trying to help you get through the dog shit times like now. We can't just sit back and be happy when the market's only going up. We have to ride out times like these and look at the drivers. You understand? Look at risk. Period. The end. Now I want to move forward. I want to bring this to your attention. It's actually kind of amazing, and it plays into what we're hearing today. So we are now 19 days into 2022. On average, energy costs have risen 15% in 19 days. I want you to think about that. That's pretty extraordinary. In fact, it might be history making, honestly. Now, I just want to touch on this real quick because I don't think I touched on it hard enough. For those of you out here that are looking to get short energy or get short crude oil, you're going to need a lot of luck here. So again, you want to be a market timer. You want to pinpoint tops and bottoms. I'm going to say it again. This is the second time in this video. I'm warning you. Think twice about it, okay? If you feel like taking up a hedged position against crude oil, if you believe it's going to make a big move lower, I mean, you could do a straddle. You could set up a straddle or a strangle or something along those lines. You should know what that is if you're a trader or someone who thinks they want to get slick here with the market. But be very, very careful. Now, I want to touch on this too. So if you're watching CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, they're all like, I don't know what their problem is. They seem overly concerned that this market may fall into correction. You mean we might have an actual correction in the stock market? Oh, what am I going to do with myself? Duh! Make it up. I dare you to do that. What's all the fear that the market may actually do something normal, like correct to, look, markets don't always just go straight up. You won't know that. We go up, 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 up. In this environment, we've been going up, 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 up. But you need to correct, you need to pull back, find a floor in order for a market to go higher. Without a pullback, without a correction of a real normal type of a correction, the market will go nowhere. Okay, so these imbeciles on these financial channels, oh no, we might fall into correction. You gotta be kidding me. Yes, bring it on. Bring on a correction. I want to see it. My Lions want to see it. It will set the market up for a new leg higher. Again, the drivers of the market are looking really sweet to me, and I'm sure they are to you if you have even the slightest idea of what you are looking at. Central banks are not going to stop inflating. If you take nothing away from this video, take that away. And being that we understand that they're going to continue to inflate and inflate and freaking inflate, what do you think is going to happen to everything else? The dollar is going to deflate, and with that weaker dollar, you're going to see things like energy surging and food prices surging higher, inflation out of control as the dollar dies by design. None of this is by accident. None of it. And that's another thing. You got people here again all day on the mainstream channels talking about, oh, the Fed, they're behind the curve. I told you this morning, the Fed is the curve. What the Fed does leads the market. So they set the pace. And they're allowing inflation to surge out of control by design so they can become the lender and buyer of last resort, so they can own it all. Just like the same message I've told all of you like since forever. Look, for those of you who believe that there's some kind of light here at the end of the tunnel, how about there is zero chance that inflation is going to abate or go away anytime soon? What you can expect is inflation to rip higher moving forward. And if you think that is by accident, then again, you have no idea, and I mean zero, again, as to what's actually going on. You're being deliberately eliminated. Again, I've told you from many years ago, many years, if you're a member of the middle class, you have a target tattooed on your face. Go look at yourself in the mirror. You can't see that target? Well, believe me, it's there. And you're being eliminated. You're being eliminated. What are you doing about it? I don't hear a peep. People are being, controlled, told to wear masks on their face because that's going to make everything better. Looks like it's not. Told to get that jab there. Oh, that's going to make everything better too. Not helping, is it? No, imagine Greg Mannarino's surprise. Oh, and then we got the WHO, World Health Organization warning. Oh, when moronic goes away, there's another one coming too. So be ready for that. It's all a distraction. It's all about control. And you haven't seen anything yet. All right, people, look, I'm out of here. Important video. Lots of stuff going on here. That's it. I will see all of you in the morning, and it's going to be beautiful. You know why? Because we're going to be together. And number two, because we're going to get some more economic news, and it's going to be terrible. Of course it is. And I want to go hear, again, maybe he's talking right now, our illustrious retard president. I want to hear what lies are coming out of his mouth, too. Again, it's just a mouthpiece. Being all these presidents, they're mouthpieces who are told what to say and when to say it. Their job is to keep people in line, divided, mentally screwed, and that's exactly what they do. Because they're not the real government. They're just a brain-dead figurehead. Hey, that rhymes. Some kind of a thing so people can, oh, really? My illustrious retard leader. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know that. This guy, the last guy, the one before him, it just don't stop. I'm out of here. See you in the morning.